a lot of the work did fall on on the new guys. You know, Johnny Kim and I were the two medics in the platoon. Johnny Kim was the lead navigator.
The most underachieving SEAL.
Yeah, if you feel like you're overachieving, read his story and realize you're nowhere close.
Go look up Johnny Kim and all his accomplishments.
Yeah, and Mark Lee came on board, and that was because we had lost a team guy to performance, and Mark came in and filled that gap, and he just like blended right in. Him and Jason, Hogan went to Buds together, so they were close, and Mark just had that personality that like you can't not love him.
No.
I mean, he was just a family man, just a great human being. You could have any conversation. Like, we've been on a rooftop getting after it. And then there'd be a lull, and he kind of ducked down. He's like, how's your family doing? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, he throw you a curveball, you're like, I didn't expect that. It's like, anyways, back to shooting.
Yeah.
And then, he just had that, very likable personality. And then two of the JOs were also new guys. So we had a very, strong new guy presence in Charlie Platoon. And a lot of the stuff that we did was contingent on that. I think we definitely were a strong part of that platoon. We were not a weakness.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so.
I wouldn't think so, man, because that was a lot of, you guys had like, especially because I went to Buds with most of those dudes too, and those were strong performers in my class, for sure. Me and Mark always, we were competitive, and everything we did, we were, staring at each other like, we'll see who comes in first on this one.
What's funny is Jason Hogan, he used to always give Mark, we used to give Mark a hard time because he wasn't a 1-upper, he was a 7-upper. If you had a story, he had 7 more to top the one that you had. And he started going into, he was like, yeah, but I went through Buds and I was first time every time. And Jason's like, but let me stop you here. You were first time every time. You're second time at Buds.
That's right.
And Mark would just, it'd stop for a second. He's like, shit, you got me. But he'd roll into the next thing. He's like, but anyways, I did beat you on the run.
Yeah. Tell me 2 shits.
Yes.
Yeah.